So I attempted a 2-player Nuzlocke, also known as a Soul Link, and it wasn't a great idea. Everyone knows the rules. If a Pokemon faints, it dies. We must capture the first Pokemon that we see in each route, and of course, we must nickname each Pokemon so that when it dies, we get hit with the maximum emotional.
No, damn it!
Well, that was just the Nuzlocke. Soul Links are much, much harder. Since this is a 2-player journey, every Pokemon that we catch are soul bonded. Meaning, if just one Pokemon dies, so does the Pokemon that it is bonded with. And Pokemon become bonded if they're from the same encounter. For example, if we both catch our Pokemon from our Route 1 encounter, they will be linked together. This also means that both players must use a full team of linked Pokemon. So, for example, if my encounter is really good, like a Dragonite, but my teammate's encounter is really bad, like a Goldeen, we may elect not to use that pair because it jeopardizes my teammate's team too much. Is this starting to sound difficult yet?
What happened?
Well, great, because it only gets worse. You see, this is my first time ever attempting any sort of Pokemon challenge, and my friend here is very evil, so he decided to throw me into the deep end. He pretty much flicked the switch from hard to impossible, because he randomized everything about the game, including Pokemon spawns, NPC teams, and even Pokemon abilities. This meant that at any moment in the game, we could run into any overpowered Pokemon, like even a huge Power Rayquaza. Now, I don't typically get anxious, but this dynamic had me on my toes throughout the entire playthrough. I've been waiting for this moment for about 714 days. That's right, boys. Welcome to attempt number 1. Now, people say choosing your starter Pokemon's a tough decision. Nah, this is the hardest one here. I'm gonna be a boy. I'm gonna be a boy. And of course, with any good playthrough, we have to name ourselves the classic Milk Boy. Are we about to get our starters right now?
Yeah, literally right now, bro. There's nothing else to do but get our starters. So
Picking your starters is the most fun in any Nuzlocke or Soul Link. You get 3 free options. Any of them can be extraordinarily bad or insanely good. Arpus's first Pokemon was Medicham. Not bad, but mine was,
what is it? What is it?
not the start I was looking for. Then this happened.
Is it good?
Come on! Let's go. I got a Dragonite.
My starter in the middle. It's a Drowsy.
Let's do the third one at the same time.
I like that. I like that.
Here we go. 3,
Count it down.
2, 1.
Please tell me yours is good.
So my options were Krabby, Dragonite, and Cradilly. The choice was obvious, and I was ready to lock in my pick until Arpus proposed this idea.
Have you picked it yet? Should we have our chats choose it with a poll?
He thought of the genius idea to have our viewers vote on a poll to decide our starter Pokemon. Now, most streamers' communities are very kind and want to help their fellow streamer to a victory royale, but I didn't have as much faith in mine. Do not troll me and pick some stupid Cradilly or Krabby, guys. I'm not even kidding. I'll actually be mad. Luckily, though, both of our viewers decided to be a pretty chill guy, and they actually voted for the best Pokemon. So Arpus got his Latias, and I got my Dragonite. We were off to a very hot start. I nicknamed my Dragonite Barnaby and checked its ability, which was Illuminate. Not the best. I think I literally got the worst thing ever. But hey, a Dragonite is a Dragonite. It's still a very strong Pokemon. Everything was going smoothly. Arpus and I both got our Pokeballs, and it was time for our first random encounter. Route 1. Come on. Oh! I haven't seen this yet, the entire route. I got a Spearow. There we go, I caught Spearow first try. One of my favorite things in life is when animals are named after people. So I'm naming my Spearow Peter. I find it hilarious.
This is my last Pokeball, bro. If I don't catch the Sableye here, it's cooked.
No, no, you're not selling this early. We just started.
It's not me, bro. It's a start type. I can't go for Psywave because it's a psychic type move. You gotta release this Spearow, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
And just like that, I had already lost my first Pokemon. Because Arpus failed to catch his Route 1 encounter, that meant that I have to delete mine. Not Peter! Rest in peace, Peter. We were about 5 minutes into this game, and I was already annoyed at Arpus. You see, Arpus isn't just any good friend of mine. He is the most experienced and knowledgeable Pokemon player that I know. So I was hoping that he could carry me throughout the entire game. And I knew that if he couldn't pull his weight, we were gonna be in big, big trouble. For our next encounter, Arpus got a Tropius, and I got a Skarmory. Skarmory is an extremely strong and durable Pokemon, making it a perfect fit for the hard-hitting Barnaby.
Crazy.
1, 2, 3. Yes!
1, 2, 3. Just like that.
And just like that, we got our first encounter pair. So I named the Skarmory Frank and kept moving on. Things were looking good. On Route 2, our pair was Magby and Graveler. In Viridian Forest, we got Cascoon and Spinda. Not the greatest, but it's at least good to get more Pokemon on the team.
Something I also wanted to say is explain dupes and species clause. So let's say on the next route, you get a Magmar. You get to run away from it and get another encounter because we already have Magby.
But now that we got through Viridian Forest, it was time to challenge our first gym battle, Brock. Now, normally Brock isn't the most difficult gym, but when all the Pokemon are randomized, anything can happen. This actually turns into one of the most challenging battles in the entire playthrough. Brock's first Pokemon for him was a Zapdos, while mine was just a Shuckle, which I got through relatively easily.
I think I got this.
Please don't.
Never mind. I got crit. My Latias is dead.
And there it was, our first death. And I hate to say it, but it may have been the first of many.
What?
Wait, does that mean I can't
Not
even use
over.
Barnaby anymore in this battle?
That means you cannot use Barnaby in this battle. That is what that means.
No, that actually is so annoying. That's actually annoying.
It's not over.
I'm not in the best spot either, by the way.
Dude, this is so bad. Okay, so Jeff
No
and
crit.
Dragonite are
No
dead.
crit. No crit. No, I died.
Things were going from bad to worse. Our Pokemon were dropping like flies. And next thing I knew, Arpus completely whited out and lost the battle, which meant that I had to delete my entire team and our first run came to an end.
The thing is,
you
that
win.
was only Gym 1, and I'm already triggered. If this happens, like, at Gym 8 or the Elite 4, and you sell the bread that bad,
We'll be fine.
And look, I know it's not that fun to watch us lose, but I'm only showing you this run to help put into perspective how difficult this challenge really is. Running into a legendary Pokemon at any point in this challenge can prove to be devastating. And run number 2 didn't go so great either. My starter options were Deoxys, Hoot Hoot, and Registeel. The choice was obvious, and I went with Deoxys, except I didn't, because we had the genius idea to leave it up to the viewers, who thought it would be hilarious if I passed up on 2 legendary Pokemon and took the owl.
I voted for Noctowl. I got
went
2 legendary Pokemon, and you guys voted for Noctowl.
And to make a long story short, run number 2 ended in poetic fashion. We lost to Brock once again.
I used to have respect for Brock. I no longer have respect for Brock.
But you know what they say, the third time is the charm. So boys and girls, strap in, because our third attempt at this Soul Link is where things start to turn around for us. Arpus' starter was the fan favorite Pikachu, and mine was the legendary Celebi.
Name it Skibbity. I'm so down to name it Skibbity. That is an epic name. Skibbity. I love it. I'm hype, bro. I'm so hype. Although I will say, some of the Pokemon on the first route that I've seen so far are trash. I saw a Venomoth. I saw a Wooper. I saw a Pooper. It's like nothing's great so far. Yeah. But I'm ready. I'm ready to do it if you are.
Well, let's see. I'm getting the encounter, Mr. Cyrud.
Okay, I'm going. Route 1 encounter. Here we go.
Absol is Arpus' all-time favorite Pokemon, and I personally love Executor, so I couldn't wait to add these Pokemon to our team. The vibes couldn't be higher until this happened.
Ah, it does so much damage.
No, Arpus, no.
I think I have to run.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, it just barraged me and got 5 hits, and now I have 4 HP.
Yep, you have to run.
I was starting to doubt Arpus' abilities. As I previously mentioned, Arpus was supposed to be the professional, yet it seemed like he might have been the one holding us back the most. This was starting to cause a little bit of friction in our relationship.
The amount of Pokemon that we've lost in the 2 runs already, due to your inability to catch your Pokemon, it's getting absurd.
My second encounter was Blastoise, which seems really good on paper, but the problem is catching starter Pokemon is actually incredibly hard. They have one of the lowest catch rates in all of Pokemon. But luckily, with the power of friendship, love, and spamming of 1, we managed to catch the Blastoise.
The ones are
Blast.
So I named him Rocket and added him to my team. Up until this point, I felt that I was playing pretty well in all of the runs, but it was only a matter of time before I made a crucial error.
Dude, okay. I can get this EV decently up there. Level 7. All right, that's fine.
Guys,
I think
Arpus
I'm ready
is gonna
to
kill
go
me.
north for that
Arpus
next
is gonna
encounter.
kill me.
Bro.
Arpus is gonna kill me. I already did the encounter.
I got 2 level 8s.
Oh my god, I just completely brain farted.
Yeah, I appreciate the mods. Thank you
the
guys
encounter.
for keeping the chat.
This is the encounter.
Orderly.
I just ruined it.
I appreciate you guys' salutes. Wait, what's going on? You okay?
This is, well, it's, something a little awkward.
Oh no, what happened?
It's, well, you see, I wanted to train my Blastoise up because it was in level 5, and I wasn't thinking at all, and I ran up to round number 2, and
Oh, wait, the Blastoise is alive? I don't care.
It's
dude.
alive.
I thought the Blastoise died.
No, it's still alive, but
Spit it out!
I ran up to our next encounter, and I just started killing Pokemon there, and I ruined our next encounter.
All right, do you remember what it was, though? Because now we need to know, like, this will determine if I'm mad or not.
I promise it wasn't anything good.
Let's see what my encounter would have been. Oh, you're chilling, bro. It's a Ninjask.
Whew, that could have been really bad. If Arpus got a legendary Pokemon there, he would have been really mad at me. So we just decided to put the past behind us and move on to Viridian Forest. And boys, I told you, something magical was in the air. I literally don't think that I could have gotten a better encounter.
What? What is it?
Oh my God!
Dude, we are not catching that.
Oh my God! It's a Kyogre.
What is it, bro?
It's a Kyogre.
You better catch that, dude. You're gonna die. You're actually
No,
gonna die.
I'm good. No, I'm good because my Celebi is a high level and I have Recover over there. I'm definitely not gonna die. The only thing is I just might not have enough Pokeballs to actually catch it.
Now, finding legendary Pokemon is very fun, but it's not always the best when we're this early in the game, because we only had access to Pokeballs, and not many of them. But I knew anything was possible, because we had already caught the Blastoise, which had a very low catch rate. This was a little bit different though, because Kyogre is one of the strongest legendaries in the entire game.
No, it's not even wiggling, dude. It is not even literally wiggling.
Oh no.
This is it.
The last Pokeball?
Last ball.
Come on. Surely you catch it.
On my Xbox 360 controller. Come on.
I don't want to say goodbye to Kecleon.
That's it.
And just like that, we were out of Pokeballs, and I had to run from the Kyogre. This meant that not only did I miss out on the King of the Sea, but we only had 2 Pokemon going into the battle with Brock. And we all know how the first 2 efforts went.
I'm standing next to Brock right now, sir. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
The battle started great for both of us. For me, Brock only had a Nidorina, which was perfect for Skibidi. And for Arpus, he only had a Slowpoke. Luckily, Arpus was able to teach his Eevee Egg Bomb, which does a ton of damage, and it did really well against the Slowpoke.
Oh, critical hit! He's in the red! Let's go!
We got through a second Pokemon easily, but Arpus had to get through a Vaporeon.
I'm gonna stay in here. I think I'm fine, even though I do have a Pikachu. I'm just gonna go for Egg Bomb. No, I missed. Tackle, okay. We ate that. Yes, we hit the Egg Bomb. That does damage, bro.
Oh, God. All right, I'm gonna clean my guy up real quick. He's got Weeping Bell as his last Pokemon. There should be 1 confusion and done. And it's over. I did it.
Accurate.
And just like that, I had defeated Brock. And now it was all up to Arpus to complete the first gym.
I got this.
I believe
got
in
this.
you.
My Egger's so low. I swapped to Pikachu. We're gonna go for Thunder Shock on the Vaporeon. Come on, bro. Pikachu and Eevee, I need you to do this. Pikachu and Eevee, let's go.
The vibes were at an all-time high. But even though we had just set our own personal record, we knew that with only having 2 Pokemon on our team, this magical run could end at any moment.
All right, I got 1 trainer to take on there, too. He's got a Mewtwo!
No, he doesn't.
Yes, and I'm hitting myself in confusion.
No. Do you have heals? Did you buy heals?
Yeah, I do. I have a bunch of them.
Whew, that was scary. Facing a Mewtwo this early could be devastating. But since Arpus has a giant brain, he was able to perfectly maneuver around the legendary Pokemon. And our next encounter was probably the best as far as both of us having a solid Pokemon. Arpus got a Kingdra and I got a Pelipper. But unfortunately, it was the most stubborn Pelipper of all time and used up every single one of my Pokeballs. And I failed to catch this encounter.
Oh,
So
man,
sorry.
it is
I don't even, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you.
We are so cooked.
I feel so bad for you, dude. Your team is awful.
Our next encounter wasn't a typical encounter. You see, this balding guy in the top left of this Pokemon Center typically will sell you a Magikarp for $500. But since all of the Pokemon were randomized, in this game, the Pokemon could be anything. Arpus got a Lunatone and I got a Wartortle, which was a duplicate claws because I already had a Blastoise. This is a pretty rare occurrence, but when it happens, I have the ability to either accept the Wartortle and use 2 Blastoises, or use the Wartortle as a token Pokemon, which allows me to go back to the previous route and get another encounter there. So I redeemed my token, and the Pokemon I got was a Donphan. Not bad at all. It was at this point in the run that things were starting to actually come together. I got my all-time favorite Pokemon, Ludicolo, and Arpus got one of his favorites, a Lantern. But now we have 4 and found a couple of really good TMs. I was starting to feel really hopeful about this one. Our next encounter was pretty awesome. I got a Haunter, which obviously evolves into Gengar, and Arpus got an Onix, which will evolve into a Steelix. Now that we had 5 Pokemon, and some of our Pokemon were at a decent level, it was time to challenge Misty to get our second badge. Before the battle, I decided to prepare by tricking out Rocket with some of our best TMs, Outrage and Heat Wave.
So I'm standing at Misty. Are you ready, sir?
Yep, I am ready.
Let's
go.
Start the battle now. Second gym leader of the Fire Red Leaf Green Soul Link. Kicking off now. We're going for a new personal best. Let's go,
boys.
We can take on Misty. Let's go.
I was nervous, but honestly more confident than I'd ever been. Misty only had 3 Pokemon, and Arpus and I were able to take them down without too much of a problem.
Even if she crits me here, I got the crit. Doesn't even matter. Misty goes down. We are 2 badges in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, we are cooking right now.
But right after that gym battle, we had another very difficult one. Our second battle with our rival, Milkman. And similar to Misty, Arpus and I were able to get through Milkman without too much of a problem. But of course, my partner in crime had to open his blabber mouth and totally not jinx us at all.
Oh my god, the crazy thing. We're deathless right now, too.
Why would you say that?
Once he said that, I knew something bad was gonna happen, and it was gonna happen soon. We each caught a couple more Pokemon and continued to the route where there was a lot of trainers. This is when our first major hiccup happened in this run. I may have made a little bit of an oopsie.
I killed it. Jeez! I gotta give this dude a sharp beak. What's going on? Talk to me. Come on.
Someone died. You're gonna have to delete your Dodrio, bro. I'm so sorry. I got Wobbuffetted. I was literally like speeding up.
You see, the thing is with training Pokemon is we have to eliminate hundreds and hundreds of them. And if we lose focus for even 1 second, something like this can happen. And that's the moment that marked the first of this run.
But Mr. Cyrude, of course, we must now make a death box and place our first deceased pair.
Rest in peace, Bob.
A sad moment.
From here, things started to progress pretty quickly. We made our way to the next town, got ourselves a fishing rod, and fished for another encounter. And this was a pretty fun one. Arpus got a Manectric, and I got a Combuskin. Luckily, we both caught our Pokemon. And for the first time all stream, I decided to let my chat name my Pokemon. And I know what you're thinking. Why would I not let my chat name all of my Pokemon? It's a fun community thing to do. The viewers would love it. The names would be really unique. But let me just show you why exactly.
I asked for nicknames. First thing that pops up from Siren's biggest fan, by the way, Mr. Balls. What if I created?
Oh, no, this is Mrs. Balls.
All right, I'll be Mr. Balls.
All right, this is Mrs. Balls.
Yeah, Mr. Balls is the name of my Combuskin.
It's Mewtwo. Oh, I see what you. Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I suck. Here we go again.
Oh no, what happened?
I was devastated. Gengar is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I really wanted to use him. This was a little bit of a wake-up moment for me. If I let the wrong Pokemon faint at the wrong time, the entire run would be destroyed. On the bright side, this did allow me to bring Mr. Balls onto the team. But that also meant that Arpus would have to bring Mrs. Balls, his Manectric, onto his team, which was actually really bad for him, because he already had multiple other electric types. Then we got through the SSN flawlessly. And on the boat, Arpus found a Moonstone, which allowed him to evolve his Eevee into an Umbreon.
Oh my god, wait, he's going for Swords Dance with his Zangoose, bro? I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I took that as muck. That's 2 gone.
Slash does so much.
You got
Swords Dance again!
Arpus, just kill it.
Oh yeah, I lied, by the way, about us getting to the SSN flawlessly. The Umbreon that Arpus literally just evolved died about 30 seconds later to a Zangoose that had clicked Swords Dance twice already.
It's +4 Swords Dance.
How did you let it set up so much, though? I don't understand.
It is +6.
I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, I'm confused. Why is it still alive?
I am so mad right now. I am so mad right.
Guys, I think he's a little bit upsetty spaghetti. Hey, at least that means I don't have to use my stupid Stantler anymore. I'm down for that.
For some reason, though, I thought that the Umbreon was linked to my Stantler, which, it wasn't.
Umbreon dead. Blastoise dead. Remember?
I thought that was the Stantler for some reason. No way, you just killed Rocket. I did. Oh my god. No, hold on. I actually know that. Thought you killed my Stantler!
No, Stantler's alive and well, dude. You gotta stay. You still have Stantler? You're chilling, bro. Stantler's still alive.
Things were starting to get a little bit heated in our partnership. Losing Rocket felt like losing a brother to me, and I was especially upset because I had just taught him my 2 best TMs, and now they're gone. But against all odds and with tension at an all-time high, Arpus and I were now ready to challenge the 3rd gym leader, Lieutenant Surge.
But here we go. We made it, Lieutenant Surge. 3rd gym. Let's do this, bro.
Yeah, he had a Rayquaza. This was my worst nightmare.
I think you got this, though.
Yeah,
I really do.
He's going down. He's going down. He's going down. Okay, down goes Rayquaza. One more Pokemon. Headbutt? Doesn't do much. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We are in good shape now. Psychic should do a lot. That might even one-shot it. Probably will. Bang! Down it goes!
And just like that, we got our 3rd gym badge. And since we've been losing Pokemon left and right, it was time for us to get another strong pair to add to the team. And honestly, we got kinda lucky with this one.
Ooh, okay. I got a Swampert.
Oh, that's raw.
Catching new Pokemon is always fun, but it always creates a difficult decision to figure out what Pokemon we're going to replace. And because I felt my team was much stronger than Arpus's, I decided to let him choose which Pokemon we switch out.
Do you want Swampert right now? I can take a Granbull. Granbull's decent enough.
I mean, the only 2 Pokemon I'd replace him for at the moment are Stantler or my Masquerain.
That's fine with me. Let's do it. Stantler?
Sure. Sorry, Stantler, you were fun. And also, you have Hustle, which is great. Actually, can I keep Stantler for now to catch Pokemon? Because it's my only Pokemon that knows, like, Hypnosis.
Can we get rid of, like, Lunatone? Because this Granbull's level 17, so I can actually use it. I kind of need it. I'm not going to lie.
So I got to get rid of my Donphan. What is it? What is the Ludicolo pair?
Ludicolo is Lantern. I really
like
this
that,
too.
yeah. Okay. I'll get rid of I'll get rid of my Donphan. I can do it.
And boys, it was time for our next encounter. And I'm not kidding when I say this was the absolute best one yet.
Oh god, I'm getting my encounter. Oh my god. Oh! Wait! Please tell me yours is good.
It's a Mantine. It's not like bad.
That's not bad. I got a Slack Off.
Look, guys, I know on paper Slack Off isn't that good of a Pokemon, but of course we all know it evolves into Slack King, which is one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. The reason why it's never typically used is because it has a terrible ability called Truant. That ability makes it so that every other turn it slacks off and does absolutely nothing. But as you know, in this game we've completely randomized abilities, meaning slacking would not only be usable, but incredibly strong. And as soon as things start to look up, we get hit right back into reality.
Oh, it's a Registeel! It's going for Curse! I lost. I'm losing a Pokemon.
No. Oh, self-destruct. You're right.
I don't even really blame Arpus for this one. There's not much you can do against the Registeel since the only move it knows is self-destruct. At that point, he just had to choose which Pokemon we had to get rid of.
Lantern is my highest level and my bulkiest, so let's see. Come on!
Please live. Please live.
Unfortunately for me, he picked a Pokemon that was pretty strong for me at the time.
That's your Ludicolo, so you're like not that bad, but I'm cooked.
I only have one Pokemon that's a high level at this point. This is getting really weird, really quick.
This is grinding, bro. We gotta grind. You want the authentic Nuzlocke experience? I'm giving you the authentic Nuzlocke.
Arpus mentioned Rock Cave earlier in this playthrough, and I didn't really think much of it. But we were currently in the thick of it, and it was proving to be an incredible challenge. We had already lost one Pokemon in here, and things were not looking too promising, with Arpus facing a Latios and me facing an Arena Trap Primate type against my beloved Goliath.
This is so bad. Yo, who would you say is your worst Pokemon, bro?
My worst Pokemon is either my Masquerain or my Stantler. If you have to kill, I would prefer that my Celebi and my Vigoroth live.
Okay, so you're telling me right now if I stack Spoink, because it might be my only play, then that's okay?
And Spoink is my Stantler? If it is, go for it.
Spoink, I'm sorry. You really tried, bro. I need to go for double peck here. Double peck. Come on. Good damage. Yes!
Luckily, though, at this point, we had unlocked a lot of the map, which gave us access to many new encounters. So
my encounter is... I got a Shiftry. It's fully evolved. I cannot complain. I will take that.
This was another moment that I realized that I had a much better team than Arpus, and was giving up one of my better Pokemon for him to add a Shiftry to his team. And once again, I'm not pulling any fingers. I'm not blaming anybody. It's totally nobody's fault at all. But Arpus seemed to make another oopsie.
Oh, and nice. I'm fighting a Rayquaza now. Perfect.
To be fair, he did battle a Rayquaza, which is never an easy Pokemon to get through. But he let his Mantine die, which is bad for him, but way worse for me. Mantine is the one Pokemon I didn't want him to lose because it was paired to my Vigoroth, Goliath, the Pokemon that was destined to carry me through this entire challenge.
Take me to the candy shop, bro. This is awful.
That's okay. I'm cool. It's cool. I'm just gonna go delete my Goliath. It felt like every time we took one step forward, we took 2 steps back. I've never been more excited to have a Pokemon on my team than this thing. Genuinely. I was going to have a Slacking. Then the balance beam went back in our favor. We managed to get a couple more Pokemon, and all of the items that were sold in the giant shopping mall were randomized. And Arpus' shopping mall had XP shares, and mine had lucky eggs. This would make it way easier for us to grind up levels. Not only that, but we both got some pretty good TMs as well. Wait, I'm going on a spending spree at the moment. These guys are selling like good things.
Sweet. All right, let's get an encounter. Do it, bro. I'm in there. I'm in the grass. And I got... I'll take it.
What'd you get?
Totodile.
Really? I got a Meganium. This was one of those pairs that just felt right. They were both Generation 2 starter Pokemon. What are the chances of that? So Arpus and I quickly captured our Pokemon and added them to our team.
Let's do it though, guys. It is time for the next 4th gym leader, Kanto Region Journey.
For this next gym battle, I led with my newest Pokemon, Fred. And honestly, he carried this entire battle. He had kind of a cheap strategy where we would Toxic the other Pokemon, and then just use Reflect and Synthesis to heal up our own health, while the other Pokemon would die a very slow and painful death. Powder my Meganium, little does he know I have shed skin. Fred actually, he's gonna 1v5 or 4 or whatever this entire gym.
Come on, Fredward.
Let's go. Let's go. Look at all the XP. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! Aggron. But there we go. Now he's done.
You got her? Let's go.
Let's go.
Edges.
We quickly moved on to other parts of the map where we could catch even more Pokemon. And Arpus thought it would be a good idea to go to this dojo. I thought it would be a walk in the park. But, well, it was a little bit harder than that. This guy's level 36, Arpus.
36? Is that the...
I'm dead.
That's the second bad, dude.
Oh my god, I'm not dead. I'm on 5 HP.
36? Okay,
Bro,
what did I just get?
I don't know. Dude, I'm switching into Swampert, I think, because he's tanking.
You got this.
Swampert doesn't die here. I use Tickle. Please
no
don't
way,
lower, does that lower my defense, though? Oh, my attack. Okay, I'm okay. And my defense. Oh, god. I have to switch again. I can't. I'm dead if I stay in. Please do not kill Skibidi. Please do not. Oh, he tickled me. Okay, we're good. We're good. I don't know why he's literally just tickled all my Pokemon. I don't know why he did that. I could have been in a lot more trouble, but that thing is dead. Oh my god, that was scary. Holy smokes. But going through all that trouble ended up being worth it. I got myself a Magneton. But in Generation 1, the Steel typing is even better of a typing than everyone knows it to be. Because in Generation 1, Dark type is also not very effective against Steel. This made Magneton an incredibly tanky Pokemon. Our next challenge was the Team Rocket leader, Giovanni.
Let's do it. It's time to take on the boss.
Giovanni is my air, dude.
Wow.
A Sneasel. Oh my god, I'm going to punt this thing into a new dimension. Yeah. We got through Giovanni with no problem. Next, we had to take on our rival Milkman once again. And in this battle, Mr. Balls leveled up to 36, meaning that he would evolve from a Combuskin to a Blaziken. And every time a Pokemon evolves, their ability gets changed. And what happens next is one of the craziest coincidences I had ever seen. Nah, there's actually no way.
way.
What is it?
There's
What is it? What
actually
is it?
no
You
way.
got me excited. You got me
There's
excited.
actually no way. Take one. I'll give you one single guess.
No. I don't know. I'm not buying into this hype, bro. This is what you always do this, bro. It's not going to be
I'm
good.
not trolling. I'm not trolling. It's speed boost.
Yo! That's so good!
What are the chances?
This ability makes it so that after every single turn, Blaziken's speed stat will get raised by 1 stage. This was an incredibly overpowered ability, but the reason it's so ironic is that naturally Blaziken gets speed boost as its hidden ability. It felt like we were finally back on track. Things were going so well. And for our next encounter, Arpus even found a Wonder Guard Raikou.
Oh! Dude, I got the Wonder Guard Raikou!
No, you didn't.
I'm like 90% sure it has Wonder Guard.
There's no way.
Oh my god, the sandstorm started.
Arpus, throw your ball in 3, 2, 1. Come on.
Please!
Come on.
No!
Next, we went and got our Snorlax encounters. And as we were doing that, my Machoke, better known as Gigaballs, evolved into Machamp. And just like our Combuskin, which evolved into Blaziken, its ability was re-randomized.
No way! No way!
Dude, come on. You can't get another insane ability like that.
way!
What is Machamp's ability?
Pure power, bro.
No way!
Pure power.
My
Oh
god.
my god. So my two best Pokemon are Mr. Balls and Gigaballs now.
Pure Power's ability doesn't just raise the attack of your Pokemon, but it doubles it. And for a Machamp that already has a very high attacking stat, this made it completely overpowered. Machamp's base attack stat is 130, but now that it had Pure Power, its attack went all the way up to 260. To put that into perspective, Mega Rayquaza's attack stat is 180. This meant that my Machamp would hit almost 50% harder than even a Mega Rayquaza. At this point in the game, almost everything was unlocked. We already had access to battle the rest of the gyms, but before we decided to take on that challenge, we wanted to get the rest of our encounters. But eventually, I fished up a Politoad, and, well, something unexpected happened.
We could get more encounters. We also have a gym we can take on right now. I mean, we could do a few things. Either you muted or you just lost a Pokemon. Let me check. All right, I'm scared because you are not muted and you just aren't talking. Dude, that sucks so much.
Oh my god. I was just throwing balls at it. Next thing I know, it goes from 100% HP to 0.
What did it go for?
Perishong. I didn't even know it gets Perishong.
Oh, dude.
I was devastated. Our first ever soul-linked Pokemon had to be deleted.
No.
Actions linked with why not?
I won't be able to sleep tonight.
For our next encounter, Arpus got a Goldeen, but I got a Dratini. And this was the first encounter in a long time that I actually wanted to use that Pokemon. But Arpus wasn't having it. There was no way that he would use a Goldeen on his team. But I did try my best to convince him.
Come on, how can you say no to his face?
We encountered mid-Pokemon after mid-Pokemon, none of which were good enough to add to our teams. But then Arpus mentioned this.
Still no legendary, bro. Wow. Obviously, we do have the legendary birds coming up, who will be randomized to legendaries.
Oh, wait,
What?
what? They do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
kinda
that.
fun?
Wait, that's
I don't know if we
sick.
can get-
Obviously, I knew that we could catch the legendary birds, Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. But I thought that those Pokemon would just be randomized to, well, a random Pokemon. Turns out they are still randomized, but not to any Pokemon. They're randomized to legendary Pokemon. And that gave me hope that we would finally find a new pair of Pokemon to add to our teams. But before we went to the Zapdos, we decided to challenge another gym.
Here we go.
All right, I got a good feeling, bro. Like I said, as long as his ace isn't completely cracked, I think we got this. Leading with a Quagsire. Okay.
Okay, mine was Venomoth. That is easy peasy for me.
And even without Mario or Skibidi, we still managed to tear through this gym. This was a big morale boost, one that was desperately needed.
This kick
We are
on the
tapped.
pincer, down it goes, and we have successfully defeated.
We felt so confident with our teams that we were making a big push to get to Victory Road. But it wasn't just acquiring the gym badges that were in our way.
The milkman is here. All right, we got a little
milkman.
rival play. what?
Wow, he's got 6 Pokemon. Please don't have anything crazy. At least Breloom.
Dude, now he's got a Jirachi, bro. What the heck?
Oh, nah, Jirachi's actually crazy. Jirachi's actually crazy.
Our rival Milkman had a Jirachi against Arpus. Luckily though, Arpus' Zatu managed to get through it without a problem. We were at the point in the run where everyone was having fun. We were kicking butts and taking names, and chat was getting a little bit too comfortable.
Everybody, last announcement, Alec forehead hairline is worse than a stinky toilet with
I heard
diarrhea.
you mid-word, bro. What's going on?
And he
What
looks
is
like
going
scan
on?
version of Case. Okay, someone.
All right, man, let's do it.
Okay, yeah, sorry. You know, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Our next challenge was Giovanni. We already clapped this guy once. Surely we could do it again, right?
My pure power, Gigaballs, Karate Chop, Mighty Anna. No way doesn't kill him. Bang! Critical hit too, by the way. Oh, that's disgusting. That makes me want to vomit. Down he goes.
You literally got decked, bro. You got destroyed, man.
You widowy just got
destroyed.
widowy. Put that Mashable back where it belongs, in your pocket. Never bring it back out.
Wait.
That is so embarrassing.
The boys were rolling. Next up, the 6th gym. Arpus just beat a Jirachi, which cost us our 2nd run. Now it was my time to beat a Zapdos, which cost us our 1st run.
Is this the redemption? You got to get the run back for me, bro.
I got this. I got this for you. It detects first turn. Really? Grow up, Zapdos.
And the boy Rizzy got through it with no problem. At this point, it felt like we were unstoppable. We were getting gym badge after gym badge and taking on boss after boss. And we got so far in the game that it was time to get our legendary encounter. So we made our way to the power plant. In the power plant, you get a regular encounter. My first one was just a Tailo. But a couple encounters later, I found this.
Person, and I love them no matter what, but like, I can swear.
Oh! Maybe that meant that our legendary encounter was going to be something insanely strong.
I'm clicking. What is it? Please. No!
Or maybe not. Look, Mew and Jirachi, they're not the worst Pokemon ever, but they're also not the best. When you have a guaranteed legendary encounter, and this is the pair that you get, you can't help but feel a little bit upset. To make matters worse, the Jirachi that I caught has the ability Immunity, which prevents it from getting poisoned. But it's already a Steel-type Pokemon, which is already immune to poison attacks. So the ability Immunity might quite literally be the worst ability that a Jirachi could have. There wasn't much else we could do other than challenge the next gym. This was the battle that I realized that Stooges the Magneton was much better than I originally thought.
Let's go! Come on, baby!
Let's go!
We're
My ace is the
rolling
victory.
now!
After we got our 7th gym badge, we decided to go to the Sevi Islands, which aren't really essential to beat the game, but it gave us access to a bunch of new encounters. Encounter after encounter, nothing was going our way. Until I got this Cyndaquil. Now, Typhlosion is a pretty good Pokemon, but I didn't really need it since I had Blaziken on my team already. So I asked my chat if we should use this Pokemon as a token, or if I should actually just catch it. Do you guys want me to catch a Cyndaquil? And they voted that I token it. This way, I can go back to the power plant and try to get the Rayquaza once again.
Come on, give me Rayquaza. I know you're in here. I can smell him. Come on. Come on! Here we go! Here we go!
Please. No!
Please, 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 please.
And I'm hoping.
Nope. GG.
After spending about an hour getting encounter after encounter, we came up empty-handed. But our teams still were pretty strong. Strong enough to take on the 8th gym. So that's where we headed next. The gym leader of this gym was Giovanni, which would make this the 3rd time that Giovanni gets destroyed by a 10-year-old child. Unless he leaves with a legendary Pokemon like Mewtwo or something, that could maybe complicate things a bit.
Oh my god, he's leading with the Mewtwo!
No, he's not.
Or not, because Mrs. Balls is just that good.
Mrs. Balls is the GOAT! Oh, 2-shot of that Mewtwo, and I outsped it on the 2nd turn,
Okay,
yo.
big, nice,
Good
nice,
ball.
nice. And that's his ace, level 50 Relicanth, and it's about to get
easy.
nuked.
Dude, and just like that, Mr. Siren and I have completed all of 8 Kanto gym badges.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
go.
That's what I'm talking
There's
about.
one final challenge, or I guess 3 if you really break it up.
Just like that, we had all 8 of our gym badges, which meant that we were on the home stretch. Just a little bit longer, and we would be able to challenge the Elite Four to become the champion of the region. To celebrate this remarkable achievement, Arpus and I decided to dress up in suit and ties, because from here on out, it was strictly business.
Guys, look, I have wings. Look, I'm flapping my wings.
The first challenge of this home stretch, our rival, Milkman.
And now I'm battling Milkman. Let's do it.
I am battling the Milkman, bro. My bad. I did not mean to ignore you, dude. That's on me, man. I'm a bad.
Happens like more times than you even know. Clef, level 47.
Yeah, this is a level 47 Metapod.
Oh my god! Wait, this guy's insane. So again, the professional, experienced Pokemon Nuzlocker makes another grave error.
All I want to say, bro, is lock in. We're gonna need the.
What happened? No. What happened? No, Arpus, what happened?
Unfortunately, your Giga Balls
No.
does not have any balls anymore.
Losing this pair was hard, not just for me, but for Arpus as well. And even though our PC was really starting to fill up because of all of our encounters, there was still no obvious decision of which pair we should bring in next.
Keep on him only.
Him only? I'm down, because honestly, I was going to say him only anyway, because I lost my...
Yeah, fighting type.
My fighting
Word.
Whatever, dude. It's on level 20. If I have to use it, whatever. We'll just use it as fodder.
But after a couple minutes of discussion, we came to an agreement and continued onwards. Victory Road was next. One of the trainers had a level 42 Groudon. At first, I thought it wouldn't really be much of a problem. Yeah, I know Groudon's a really strong Pokemon, but most of my team was a higher level than it. But boy, was I wrong.
Are you're fighting is it a double battle or what?
Don't crit me.
Of all the times to lose Pokemon, this was not it. We were supposed to be preparing for the biggest challenge of the entire game. You see, the Elite Four not only has incredibly high level and strong Pokemon, but you have to battle 5 of these overpowered trainers back to back without ever getting access to a Pokemon Center. This was really bad. And for the first time in a while, I really started to doubt this run. And of course, since we lost another Pokemon, we had to go back to the drawing board and figure out what pair to bring in next.
Well, I just lost a water type, so I have room for a water type on the team.
What's the Ivysaur pair?
Ivysaur, Espeon. That's not that bad.
Because you lost your Xatu, right?
All right, let's do it.
Okay, dude, he's sold. Let's go. Wait, is this low-key an upgrade? It might be.
And after a couple of complications, we soon realized that we only had one more encounter left in the entire map. And we desperately needed something good.
One of the last encounters available to us. I'm not looking. I can't. I seriously can't look. God, it's a freaking Tyro. Oh my gosh, dude. It is looking so cooked. All right, ASAP, we need to pick our team and start training.
And after a couple of final changes to our team, this is what we locked in.
Can I make a recommendation here?
Okay.
We swap Marowak for Swellow and Whiscash, because that gives me a water type and gives you a flying type.
Okay, yeah, whatever, I'm down.
To be honest, I wasn't very confident. But the problem that we face now is that since we just brought on some new Pokemon, they were severely underleveled. It took us a couple of hours to level them all the way up to where they needed to be. And it was at this moment that I understood why Nuzlockers use rare candies. Eventually, we got both of our teams up to around the level 52, 53 mark, which does sound pretty high. But to be honest, we were still severely underleveled. But still, against all odds, we decided to start the challenge.
Drum roll.
In 3, 2, 1, let's go. There is no coming back. Let's go, dude. Come on.
All right, bro. Here we go.
Dude, I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous.
Me too.
Please,
Me too.
Give me
I'm pretty sure all of her Pokemon will be fully evolved.
What? They're fully evolved? That's like a thing? It's not just completely random?
It's not completely random.
Oh, no.
That was news to me. Up until this point, any trainer could have any Pokemon. But the Elite Four was different. In the randomizer, it ensured that every single Pokemon in the Elite Four was fully evolved. Not only did this first Elite Four member have really strong Pokemon, but this battle was taking a while, which forced me to use a lot of my moves. And as you probably know, you can only use moves a certain amount before you have to heal. Then this happened.
It can't do anything. This Mon is not good in this game.
I'm dead.
You have a freaking victory bell!
How do I know he doesn't have a flying move?
Dude, it's Gyarados! Come on! Everyone knows that!
In the end, we did manage to get through the first trainer. And it's probably pretty obvious, but the trainers are only going to get harder and harder. This was really bad, especially now because each of us only had 5 Pokemon to work with.
But next up, y'all, is Bruno, and it's not gonna get much easier from here. Bruno's ace is level 56. Second Elite Four. Big Bruno.
Flipping go, dude. Come on.
Big boy Bruno. Let's go, guys. Come on now.
No crits. No crits. No crits. No crits. No crits. Come on. This got to do big damage. It's got to do big damage. Big damage. Big damage. Big damage. Big damage. Down he goes.
That sounds good. Is that Bruno done?
No, he's not done. He's actually just getting started. You have to be trolling, Arpus. You actually have to be trolling.
How unlucky can I get? Things were finally starting to go good in this second battle. We got through 3 of his Pokemon, and then another Rayquaza comes out. This was the 4th Rayquaza that I had to battle, and this one was level 51.
Oh, God.
I should be able to 2-shot it this time, though. Last time, I was just at a 2-shot range. We leveled up once. I think the last Rayquaza was 52. Yeah, this should be good. We should be good here.
Whew. And with a little bit of sweat, we managed to get through the second Elite Four member. On to number 3.
Oops, baddie.
I will slap this grandma around. Left, right, center, do not care. She's about to get destroyed.
And for the first time in what felt like a while, we got through 2 battles without losing 1 Pokemon. It was time to battle the 4th Elite Four member. If we could defeat him, we would move on to the final battle of the game, the champion.
Come on, Lance.
This boy leads
Come on,
the Elite
Lance.
Four.
Come on,
He's
Lance.
normally a dragon trainer. Hopefully he doesn't have too many dragons this time around. Here we go.
The first Pokemon I see is a Jirachi. Not a good start. Luckily though, Swampert is a good matchup for it.
I should be able to 2-shot a Weezing.
Bang. Down goes Jirachi, level 56. Are all of his Pokemon level 56, dude? That is incredibly
facing
terrifying.
level. Explosion! Mew, please. If there's any Pokemon that can live this, it's Mew.
Arpus, please. No.
No, it just got 1 shot! My Mew's dead. It got 1 shot. No crit, nothing.
It was almost too good to be true. To be fair to Arpus, I don't think any Pokemon on his team would have lived an explosion from Weezing. But that did mean that I also could not use my legendary Pokemon Jirachi for the rest of the challenge. After facing a couple more legendary Pokemon, we managed to do it. Let's go!
Just waiting for you to-
Come on, baby!
No!
Let's go! We got through the Elite Four members. But of course, the hardest challenge yet was through this door. And with only having 4 Pokemon remaining, some of which having very low PP left on their moves, I knew that this would be nearly impossible. But there was nothing left to do than go in head first. And here we go, boys. It was time to defeat Milkman once and for all. He led with a Wailord, which wasn't the best matchup for my Swampert, so I decided to switch into my Magneton.
That's not good.
Not my best idea. At this point, it felt like the entire run was on my shoulders. Haha! No!
No! Dude, no way.
Bro,
No
what
way.
is happening?
What is happening? Just die!
Yes! Oh, I killed it.
And now I start to feel the momentum shift in my favor. Especially because his next Pokemon was just a Huntail. And it was then that I realized that the rest of his team must have been really weak to a Magneton. And I was right.
This is poetic. Huntail is it's god-awful, and it's like your favorite Pokemon for Lord knows why, and it's about to die in
not-
1 shot. But
not
wait,
say that
hopefully that just means that the rest of his team is also terrible against Stooges, and Magneton just sweeps. Like, why would he send a Huntail? Yeah, here comes a Azumarill. Oh my god. Dude,
go.
his whole team might be water. Oh my god.
I hope so.
Here we go. Now we're moving. Now we're picking up steam. I got
Let's
this.
go, bro.
I got
Let's
this.
go. It's happening. It's happening.
Come on. Swallow cannot touch me. Bang. And instead, to a critical hit, Arpus, I am on to the last Pokemon of the champion.
Me too.
And it is a muck.
Oh my god.
I am
And they keep
staying
spamming forward
in.
scores.
The Stooges should be able to take out a Muck as well. Muck, I don't think can touch me.
Stormy, the last Pokemon on mine should go down here. Come on, come on. The Sandstorm. Is that it? Ah!
Come on, Arpus.
No. There we go. And with that Thunderbolt, Stormy goes
Yes.
down.
Come on. I think I need one more Thunderbolt after this, and it
And
is all
that is
over.
it. And that is
all
it.
over. Come on.
Oh my
Let's
God.
go,
The
Arpus. Let's
comeback
go.
of the century.
Let's
The
go,
comeback
Arpus. Come on.
of the
Thunderbolt on the
Come
mark
on.
takes it
Come
down. And that was his last
Let's
Pokemon.
go.
Let's go.
Come
Let's
on! And just like that, we did it. We defeated the champion, completing the entire game and winning the Soul Link.
There were so many
Let's go.
times I was ready to give up. I'm not even trolling. I gave up hope so many times. I gotta be honest, there's no one else on the entire planet that I would have rather done it with. You're a great partner, great friend.
Aww.
Great companion through and through.
Yo, W, I'll cheers to that, bro. I'll cheers to that. W Cyrud, I agree, man. What a series. I'm glad I got to do your first Nuzlocke with you.
And after hours and hours of blood, sweat, and tears, we finally did it. This was a really, really fun series. And to be honest, I would love to do more of these. So if you guys enjoyed today's video and want to see more content like this, please let me know by leaving a like, commenting, and of course, hitting that subscribe button. We're about to hit 700,000 subscribers, so it would mean a lot to me if you did. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this journey, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.